come here and introduce yourself and the title of the project, and also says,
I will. Thank you. First of all, I do really want to say thank you to Jean-Luc and Rose for having us here. We're very impressed by the beautiful building and our work in it. It's really gorgeous. My name is Emma Jordan. I am a theatre director and artistic director of Frank Productions. We're an independent theatre company and we're based in Belfast in Northern Ireland. As part of a partner of the EU Collective Players, we came quite late, and when we started the partnership, we have been working with a group of young people in care, and Vanilla, who's our writer, have been in workshops with this group of young people, and the stories that they were sharing were really incredible, but they didn't want to kind of make the next step in terms of sharing their stories in a community participation way, and that makes transition into finding that performative space. And there's lots of kind of health and safety and privacy issues around young people who are working in the care system or living in the care system. So it seemed whenever we were invited to be part of the collective that it was an opportunity for us to kind of investigate a way in which we would be able to find a voice for the young people's stories. So Vanilla has worked with those Greeks for really 2 years, and this piece of work is called Unheard. It's going to be read by Terry Keeley. And this is very much a work in development, so actually we're really delighted to be able to share it with you all tonight, because at the minute we're really searching for form. Because when you're dealing with stories that are all true, you struggle with the integrity of the stories that you're sharing, and that comes first, and then I think you struggle with the form in which to present it. So that's what we're grappling with at the moment. So we would really welcome any conversation or thoughts that you'd like to share with us at the end. So with no more ado, would you like to come and join us, Terry?
This is it. Don't even know where it came from. I don't remember anyone buying it for me or anything. It was just always there. The paint scratched like one of the doors doesn't open. But it was never without it. I swear. Did you have anything like that? I suppose all kids do. Teddies, blankets. Mine is this car. Spent hours pulling it back until you hear it, and then let it go and whoosh. It's the wall. Had to hide it from our Joseph. That's my wee brother. He cried for it. Mum said, for God's sake, just give it to him, Adam. But he only wanted it because I was playing with it. She'll let him play with it. I lost it when I was 9. Well, that's when I was taken into care. Do you want to hear about that part? It's okay. It was summer. I'm in the park by the shops. My friend Jack comes running down the street. Lads, the cops are in the street. There's loads of them. Come on. So we all bolt down the street to see the cops. Everyone in the street is out. Mrs. O'Reilly, always a nosy fucker, was leaning on the front of her gate holding court. Jean and Brady nodded and tutted. Stevie, the plumber, who lived in the house facing us, was out washing his car as if there weren't 10 policemen outside his gate. See, we didn't like the cops where we lived. You never phoned them. Probably Mrs. O'Reilly. All around the street, curtains twitched, doors opened, eyes watched. With that look. I've had that look my entire life. Let me see your eyes. There's fear in that look. There's pity. There's disgust. disgust, like I'm a diseased rat that you don't want to come close to. It dismisses you, it suffocates you. It says, no matter what I say, you'll think I'm lying. When my dad died, our neighbours had that look, bright and curious and fake. Inquisitive and interfering when Mum fell down drunk in the front garden. Wide with anger when I said to Jean, fuck off and mind your own business. So, I'm flying to the house, nearly wipe out Big Orla. Big Orla was this girl who lived next door to us. Orla loved her grub. She was always eating, and when she wasn't eating, she was trying to make you eat. She was always bringing us in shepherd's pies and pots of stew. My favourite was her lasagnas. Cracker. Orla knew Mum was struggling. The whole street knew. And you think you can hide it, but they knew. And it was hard for her. When you put that down, I want that written, it was hard for her. Well, Orla knew, brought us food, talked away to Mum. Orla was class. She never had that look. Orla comes round the corner and I go to say, alright Orla. And before I get the words out, she goes, Adam. And I know it's Mum, it always is. Orla knows that too. Your mum's fine, son. Everything will be okay. It's like a film in my head in slow motion. As we turned the corner, the whole street was filled with cars and people. I mean, it probably wasn't, was it? I remember it that way anyway. But I remember thinking, there's no ambulance, so that's good. And I look at Orla, she puts her hand on my shoulder and gives me a shake. Come on, you. It's fine. So we get to our front gate and some woman comes out to meet us. You must be Adam. My name's Kate. When I walk into the house, Mum is sitting on the sofa. There are two policemen sitting in chairs in front of her. Can't hide this one. Everyone's here. She's steaming drunk. The cops are here. All the neighbours are outside. There's no hiding this one. Joseph? Joseph is what? 3? So, I go looking upstairs and there's a policeman outside the room. Gives me this nod. There's another policeman inside the room getting the full rundown of Joseph's dinosaur collection. Inside the T-Rex's mouth is this car. That's the last time I saw it. And the policeman says something. Kate's asked, can we get a wee small bag together for you both? I was like, who the fuck is Kate? Well, I didn't say that. Like, did you meet Kate? Kate's your social worker. She's here to help you and Joseph and your mum. Kate needs you to pack a bag, just some clothes, and maybe if you want to take 1 or 2 toys, but you can't bring everything. I just stared at him. And he hands me this black plastic bag, a bin bag, like. That was it. I swear I thought we'll just be staying overnight somewhere until Mum sobers up. We're in Kate's car for ages. Joseph's playing a game on his toy computer. Buildings fly by. I start counting streetlights. I see fields, the country. I've never been out of Belfast. Sheep, cows. Then I see horses. I've never seen a real horse before, just on TV. There were these 2 horses standing in a big green field. One horse is dark brown, almost black. There's a smaller horse beside it. And Joseph's locked his game, but I don't want him to miss it. I want him to see it, to feel my excitement, but the pass in a flash. Then I see the sea for the first time. I remember that was cool. And I feel guilty for being excited, you know. We just. Yeah. Well, it was like an adventure. I remember looking at the back of Kate's head. Her brown hair frizzing out like she's being slowly electrocuted. She wore lots of orangey coloured makeup on her face, a different colour to her neck. And the air conditioner wafted her perfume around the car and I feel a bit sick. Mum never wore perfume, too expensive. I tried to make some for her once, you know, from flowers, but it's not like this. Didn't hug her when I left the house. Driving down a country lane, a red car flies past us and I remembered, my car. I forgot my wee car. And we'll come to this detached house, and standing at the front door is a man and a woman, old, like, they've obviously been waiting on us. Joseph manages to get out of the car without taking his eyes off his game. What's this you're playing? A game? Well, come on in, let's have a look. And Joseph just walks in with Beatrice like he's known her for years. Bill puts his hand on my shoulder and walks me in. Sit on the sofa with Kate. She fills out forms, asks questions. You know, what's your name, date of birth, what religion are you, do you have any medical needs, do you have any dietary needs? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I couldn't remember my own bloody age. Beatrice must have seen my panic. Bill, have you showed Adam around yet? Oh, let me take you on a wee tour of the house. Love that house. It was all flowers and patterns, but nice. Like, the carpets were soft and spongy. And that had painting on the wall at the bottom of the stairs with a big lake. I always remember that painting. Bill brings me into this room. And the bed sheets are white. Big pillows, wee cushions on the bed. There's a wee light beside the bed. It was nice, you know, I feel, what's the word? It feels peaceful or relaxing, I don't know. I felt nice and calm, really calm. Does that make sense? Like, our house was, I don't know, it's just different. I can hear Joseph chatting away to Beatrice. I go into the kitchen and Bill's there. Sit down there, lad. Would you like anything to drink? There's tea, there's orange juice, there's cans of Coke. Would you like a can of Coke? Bad for your teeth anyway, wouldn't touch yourself. Don't know how I ended up in the fridge, but there you go. And the wee man seems okay. Very lucky to have a big brother like you. I want you to treat this place like your home. Now, I know it's not. Have you any questions for me? When can I see my mum? It's ages before we see her. We're told we're going to meet her and they bring us to this big officey place, but it's all bright colours inside. But she's not there. She doesn't come. First of many no-shows. Well, it made me feel like shit. Get really excited to see her. We needed to see her. We didn't know what was going on. Like. But it's not her fault. I mean, she didn't want to come into some room and spend time with her kids and have everyone looking at her. And I get that. Nah, she never came. Bill and Beatrice were great though. Breakfast, love. Now, if you're going to be here a while, I need you to speak up. Right, cereal or toast? And when I shrugged, she made some big funny face, so I said toast. She said, well, look at that! He speaks, Joseph, isn't it a miracle? And then she smeared Nutella on her nose and sat down beside Joseph, who broke into hysterics. What? What are you laughing at? I don't know what you're laughing at. Your nose? What about my nose? What are you talking about? Joseph's laughing so hard. The toast is falling out of his mouth. And I love seeing my brother like this. Have I got something on the nose at him? Yes. Well, there you go. You got the hang of it now. You boys listen to me. And she wipes the Nutella off her nose. Don't you ever be afraid to speak up. Do you hear me? That's important, yes. That always stuck with me. A few days turned into weeks. I tell Bill I want to go home and need to get my car. He doesn't laugh at me. He listens. The day after I told him, he comes home with the shopping and pulls out a bag for me. And inside the bag is a wee blue BMW with the doors that flip up, mirrors on the side, and proper wheels, not plastic ones. Joseph gets a dark green one. I mean, his is good too, but it's not as good as mine. A few weeks turned into a month, and then we're out getting new shoes for school. I didn't say anything. What do you say? You don't really ask questions, you just go along with it. I started a different school that September. Then we got home one day and there's another social worker, what was it she called her? Stephanie. They found us a more permanent foster placement. Like, I don't want to go, but standing at the big front door is a man and a woman and a boy who's almost the same height as his dad and another boy about my age. They show us round to give us treats and they let us play in the garden. And we leave Bill and Beatrice's. The last thing I said to Bill, would you pack my car? Or something else. Our new home, Beth, Zach and her two sons, Joshua and Jake. The two boys were older than us. Joshua, the oldest one, was 14. He was huge and had a squint in his eye. He followed me about the house, his territory. I swear, it wouldn't have been any clearer if he pissed in each room. We had to go to church. That was different. Me and Joseph didn't go to church, ever. This was a new thing. And we also started Sunday school. Sunday school, 2 words that should never ever go together. Then I started secondary school. You know, it's hard for any kid starting big school, but Joshua and Jake told everyone I was in foster care. And Joseph started the primary school, joined the my school. I remember seeing him in his wee uniform, just didn't seem old enough. Tiny, like, we only had each other. Yeah, I was older, but I needed him as much as he needed me. And the boys tried to turn us against each other. They let us play, then left one of us out. Their parents never took our side. They punished us and never their kids. Like one time, they took us swimming and the boys started on us. You're so skinny. Look at you, you puny wee rat. Oh, is a little girl gonna cry? What are you gonna do? Run and tell your mummy? Well, you can't, can you? You don't have a mum. Shut up. She gave you away to an ugly wee fucker. I'm an ugly wee fucker. You've one eye going to the shop and the other one's coming back with the change. Big mistake. He leaps in the air, his big fat hands come down hard on my shoulders, plunging me under the water. I'm kicking and punching, but he pulls me back up, grabs my arm, my back, and throws me under the tides. Like I dropped down on the left shoulder so hard, I couldn't move my arm for days. I was aching. His ma says I'm fine. Stop being so dramatic, Alan. I meet a social worker for a general chat after school, and she can see him in pain and brings me straight to the hospital. I had a fractured arm. Back at the house, the social worker chats to Beth and Zach, and Beth gives me this look, and I feel guilty, like I fractured someone's arm. I had to inform my mum, and she was livid. But like, where was she? I had to live there. We'll go back to Bill and Beatrice's for respite, to give the Foster family a break. That's a joke. Bill and Beatrice once again on the front step waiting for us. It was probably nearly a year since we'd seen them, and I can tell from the looks on their faces that we changed. I go straight to my room. Well, it's not my room, but it felt like home. I wanted to stay there. Beatrice comes up. Do you not have some dinner, son? I've been cooking all day for you boys coming. Like, what do you say here? I can't believe this is my life. What did I tell you before? You mustn't be afraid to speak up. I wanted to. I wanted to tell her I was in hell, but okay, you don't have to talk. But if you're afraid, write it on a bit of paper and give it to your social worker. We go back after our respite. You feel it when you're not wanted. You're an intruder in someone's space. Like you're cordoned off. Your existence is someone's burden. A new social worker comes to visit. Suddenly Beth's all, Adam, darling, come to the front room. They ask me about school. Beth jumps in. Oh, he's doing well. We'd like him to take up a sport, but he's reluctant, aren't you, Adam? The social worker says, could you give us a few minutes alone, Beth? She doesn't want to leave. Of course. She rolls in her hair. The social worker turns to me. How are you getting on, Adam? And I look behind me to check the door is closed tight. And I take her pen from her hand and I write in capital letters on the top of her form, I hate it here. Get me out. Another house, another school, another black plastic bag, half empty this time. Some clothes, no car. I was raging. They got my car. There was a few foster placements after that. I didn't know whereabouts. Do you need to know what? You sort of get used to them in a strange way. Some people are in it for the money, some are genuine. Like one woman said to my social workers when I was playing up, like, I have to think about my career. What? The ones who aren't, I don't know. They just treat you well. Like, they speak to you. They ask you what you want, what you need. I don't know. You just feel it. You know that they're genuinely there, that they genuinely care about you, about what happens to you. Like, we went to this house, and we arrived late, exhausted, put straight to bed. Then next day, we wait for someone to come in, tell us what to do, where to go, what's what. Nobody comes. We can hear them walking about downstairs, doors opening and closing in different rooms. It goes into the evening. Only then did they come and tell us to come down for dinner. Like, I've never been this hungry in my life. Joseph was crying. Like, I should have went down for him, but I was too embarrassed to go down and just help myself. Like, it wasn't my house. Like, does it not seem really obvious to ask young kids, do they not want a bit of fuck and toast or something? But I should have went down for him. They were weird anyway. The house was really quiet. Nobody spoke to each other. Like, the parents didn't chat or anything. It was odd. It was quiet. So we became quiet. We were quiet when we played. Stopped playing. We moved slowly. Stopped moving. Whispered. Stopped whispering and don't talk at all. And I saw it happening. He was about 5 or 6 then, and he was supposed to be loud, you know, an annoying kid brother. He was sad. He was sad. Like, I tried to make him laugh, do silly things. I mean, you're not supposed to be sad at that age. Another lack review. Oh, lack review is just a meeting with your social worker or your advocate. Your mum sometimes. We had a teacher there from school once. I remember looking at this form and realising LAC stood for looked after children. I always thought it meant that we were children who lacked something. Parents, a home, lack. You learn this jargon, strange words become your language. Lack, respite, peer, case, rights, advocacy, care order, guardians, placement, contact. Sometimes even today when I'm talking to people about it, they don't understand me. They don't know the words, you know, they don't know what they mean. Adults sit talking about you. You try to speak, you're allowed to speak, but most times you don't speak. You don't think it matters if you do speak. I don't know what matters. So, the social worker, she asks us if we want to be adopted. Then I realised we're never going back to mum. Which is really obvious now looking back. Like, we'd have contact visits with mum when she was sober enough to see us. She was trying, you know, it was really difficult for her as well. Adopted? No, I said. I want to keep my name, my mum's name, our family name. Joseph says, I want to be adopted. He was 6. Any older probably wouldn't have happened. Just doesn't really go that way. They explain how it could be better. They explained to me and to mum. I was glad for him, I swear, but I felt betrayed. Can't lie. That day, don't really remember it. Oh yeah, I went to school. The teachers at her desk. Everyone has their heads down doing working out with a pencil, a maths book and a ruler. It's really quiet. I can't concentrate, you know, everything's rushing through my head, through my body, and I start shaking. You know, what's going to happen to me? I'm on my own now, like, why is he leaving me? He's all I have, we're all each other has. Like, I tried, I looked after him, I tried my best. He's leaving me, why? Why doesn't he want to stay with me? I want to stay with him. Why did mum sign that paper? He's leaving me, and I overturned the desk. My book, my ruler, my pencil goes flying across the room. Everyone looks up, you know, some people giggle. The teacher brought me outside. I go home that day and I watch him leave, and he just goes off in the car, and that's it. Just give me a wee second. We shouldn't have been separated. Some people said it, but it happened anyway. Saw him after that. Every few weeks he'd take us out for food or something. Like we'd go to Burger King or McDonald's, Joseph's favourite. And every time I saw him, I swear he got bigger. Even if it was 2 weeks since I'd last seen him, I noticed I knew him that well. And I knew he was happy with his new family. I was happy for him. 2 weeks apart became 4 weeks, and 2 months apart, and sometimes the meeting was cancelled last minute. And Joseph, he started getting anxious when we met. Jim, my social worker at this point, I hated Jim. He brings me to the McDonald's. And Jim and Lisa, Joseph's adopted mum, are at another table. And Joseph won't touch his food. What's your new school like? I don't know. Do you want some of my chips? No. Lisa said she'll get us ice cream. Don't want ice cream. He keeps Just looking around for Lisa. Can I see what toy you got? It's a small red race car with sticker eyes and a big smile with the number plate should be. Look, Joseph, it's not as good as the one I used to have. Do you remember my little red car? You used to try and steal it off me. No movement. Eyes down, frozen. Remember, I wouldn't let you play with it, but Mum was always like, give it to him, and I had to give it to you anyway. And then Lisa stands up and walks to the toilets. And I think he thought she was going to leave or something. He jumps up in her direction. Juice goes flying all over the table and him. And he starts crying, like a panicked cry. Lisa says, let's get you home in chains, wee man. And Joseph's wails become piercing. There now. And she's walking him out. Wait! And I grab the little car. Sticky with juice. Don't forget your car, Joseph. He doesn't turn around. He walks straight out the door. And Jacob tries to keep me inside. Lisa's taking Joseph home. Adam, I'm giving him his toy. No, I think it's best you stay here. He's my wee brother. We're staying here. I'm going out. Sit down. Fuck you. I jump over another seat and run to the door. Lisa stops me there. Can I give him his toy? Look, I'll take it, sure. Okay? No, it's not okay. He's my brother, my family, not yours. I'm giving him his toy. Joseph's very anxious at the moment. Seeing you has been very difficult for him. Seeing me? I don't see him for a year after that. They explained it to me. Him getting anxious, that can happen. Like he was settled, you know, and he was afraid they would take him away from his new family. Maybe. He shouldn't have been separated. But I was happy for him. Another lack review. Mum manages to sober up for this one. What's going on, Adam? Why do you keep getting into trouble? My life, for the last 6 years, has been moving in and out of strangers' houses. I don't know where they're going to put me next. I've had 10 million social workers who could care less about what happens to me. I've probably attended every fucking school in Northern Ireland. Language, Adam, I'm not fucking finished. I've had my baby brother leave me for something better. I'm not allowed to get angry or upset. If I speak, no one hears because no one is listening. Because what I have to say about my life doesn't fucking matter. And do you know what, Mum? It's all your fault. And then she started to cry and see, for the first time in my life, I don't care. Oh, you getting upset? Sure, why don't you go home and drink another bottle of vodka? They moved me into residential care. A children's home. It's not a home. Let's get that straight. When we were younger, and me and Joseph were fighting, my mum would shout, I'm going to send you to the Bull Boys home if you carry on like that. Like seriously, that's what everyone thought it was. It was a big house. When you walk in, the first thing that hits you is the smell. Like bleach or disinfectant mixed with heat. And it was a little office just at the right of the door with a sliding glass window like in a doctor's surgery or a dentist. I'm Steve. I'll be your key worker. This is the office, that's the common room. There's a TV, a PlayStation, an Xbox. Are you a gamer? Snooker table. There's a small yard at the back with a few tables and chairs if you want to sit out. Over there is the kitchen. Are you hungry? Now you can come and go as you please, but you must be back in by 11 PM at the latest. Now I'll give you a key to your room, but you'll need to buzz in to get into the main door. Down there is the girls' corridor, this way to the boys. This could be okay. I have some independence and I feel very grown up having my own key. The floors have a clinical lino that feels all rubbery. The doors are all fire doors and there are fire extinguishers all about the place. Notice boards with leaflets on mental health, self-harm, suicide mixed with activities for children and positive care stories. Like you don't have these things in a normal house. It reminds me of the family room in the hospital when my dad died. A place of business, trying to look comfy. Jim says, go up to your room while I have a chat with Steve. Like he has my folder in his arms, everything that's happened to me over the years. Like what was he going to tell him about me? What did those files say about me? Sure, I'll come as well. No need. No need. None of my business. Someone else's discussion. I want so badly to rip his head off. Fucking smug prick. The first night, someone smashed a window downstairs and the police were called, which I realised was standard. I didn't sleep. You know when thoughts continually race through your head? You get that? You can't stop them. It was on the second day that I met Rose, who gives me a rundown of the place. Steve is dead on. Watch out for Anne. She works at the weekends and is a total bitch. The rest of them aren't as bad if you just keep your head down. They are lazy fuckers though. In the mornings when I'm heading out for school, I'm actually waking them up as I leave. You do something wrong, the police are called. Everyone I know has left with a criminal record. When I first came across Sophia, that wee girl there, she points to this small girl who doesn't even look old enough to be there, butter wooden milk face. She punched me in the face, so I got her done. Rose is a busybody. She tells the kids off, she tells the staff off. Rose and wee Sophia can't stand each other. They're always fighting. Until one day, we're in the kitchen, and Rose is talking and I'm listening. Steve is there making a cup of tea, and Sophia appears at the door. Steve? Yes, Sophia? Elaine from my class is having a sleepover. Okay, when is it? It's Friday. Sophia, you know that's too soon to be getting everything sorted. But every girl in the class is going. I know, Pat, but rules. We need to phone Elaine's parents and have them police check. It'll take a few weeks. Maybe they can change it. Like in Kerr, you can't be a normal teenager and do normal things. Rules and regulations and safety and child protection. Sophia's getting worked up. It's Elaine's birthday this week, that's the whole bloody point. Hey, easy now. I will literally be the only one not there. There's nothing we can do, love. Of the entire class, my hands are tied. Can you not just let me go? I'll behave, I promise. I can't, love. I hate this place! And she kicks a chair, it whacks off the table and knocks off a cup and smashes on the floor. Sophia doesn't move, she stares at Steve, defiant, like, is this how you want to behave if you don't get your own way? Sophia keeps still. She slowly reaches for the leftover dinner plate on the table. We stand watching as she raises it above her head. 5 baked beans slowly slide down the plate onto her hand. Sophia, put the plate down. Just as she rolls it to it, Rose jumps in and grabs her. She puts her arms around her and shouts at Steve, you just don't get it. It's embarrassing. Who's going to say to their mates, oh yes, I'd love to stay, but we'll have to have your family investigated by the police first, okay? For fuck's sake. Sophia struggles until she realises Rose is defending her. And there's a moment we all pause, just to double check. Sophia looks at me, I look at Steve. Steve looks at Rose, then me. Rose releases her grip and puts her arms around Sophia. We'll have our own sleep over here. Like, those things are important. Fitting in, being normal, not missing out. I mean, that probably sounds silly to you, but when you're a child, it's your whole world. You see, the thing is, you can't understand this life unless you've lived it. No offence, like. I became good mates with this lad called Dom. He moved in just after me. He was just a few months younger than me, but we were nothing alike. Like, I'm all gangly and awkward. Dom is just cool. Alright? I try to replicate his nod. Want one? And in one swift movement, Dom flicks a cigarette out of a packet, and it is easily one of the best things I have ever seen. I want a beer, and I put a cigarette in the box, and he hands me a lighter. I do that thing that actors do in films, when they cover most of their face when they're lighting the cigarette, so it actually covers up the fact that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I start practicing smoking. I get my own lighter, try different ways of holding them. Dom does a thing where he flicks a cigarette straight into his mouth. And every morning we go out the back for a cup of tea and a fag. I did try to get myself up every day and go out to school, but I lost interest. You're moved so many times, you're always catching up with everyone. I just stopped trying. And I didn't tell anyone I was living in the children's home. But me and some of the other ones, we were pea shooting. It's when you take the ink out of biro pens and you chew up bits of paper. And then when they get soggy in your mouth, you wedge them into the hole at the top of the pen and blow hard and it flies out. So I'm sitting at my desk. Jamesy is on the seat in front of me, to my left, on the diagonal. Past him is the teacher's desk. Miss Johnson, really strict. I take aim at Jamesy's head. Jamesy! He turns around. Right on his glasses. We all pissed ourselves laughing. Mrs. Johnson clocks it. Boys, enough. Jamesy loads his pen, I load mine. He turns round to shoot. I duck, it flies over my head. I shoot, and then he throws his head back. It skims his face, flies straight past him, and bang! Hits Miss Johnson right up the face. We all freeze. Adam and James, stand up. James, I'll be bringing your parents. Adam, she says with that look, I'll be contacting a member of staff at the home. I can actually feel the entire class react. Outed by teachers, for fuck's sake. It's not as bad as I think. All the kids assume I've done something wrong to be in a home. Like they fear me. They say I'm mental, so I play it. Everyone thinks anyway. Eventually the school says, maybe it's best if you don't come back. Shit school. Come on, here it is. The shop beside the home. I was in one day and the shopkeeper said to the woman in front of me, did you hear about the ones from the home stealing the car and putting it through the wall? I goes, I lived there and it wasn't us. He says, oh, I just assumed that it was. Like he actually said that. Like anything that happened around the place, it was assumed it was us. Police would put you into question when you weren't even there. See, they knew we had nobody backing us up. Fuck 'em, Dom says. Dom has mates around the area. He brings me out with him. The staff give us a few quid to go to the snooker hall during the week. Now I tried to dress like Dom. Steve took me out shopping so I can get the same jeans. Friday nights, we gathered at the wall. The wall is what it sounds like, it's a wall, but it was our spot. You get pocket money each week. £15.45, which went up to £17.90 when you turned 16. And the older ones go in for carry out and we'd buy cheap vodka or cider. Dom smoked grass. I'd only smoke it at the weekend. Oh yeah, the staff knew. It was our home, couldn't stop us. We hid it like, but they knew. And we'd save our money during the week. And if we didn't have it, then you get it on tick, and then you pay it back next week. Sometimes you owed a lot more than you had. You had to get it sorted or you were fucked. Like we no family to bail us out. Christmas? Yeah. Christmas is alright. As long as you didn't let yourself think too much. We'd go out shopping for Christmas clothes, or we're taking to Christmas parties with different organisations. We had Christmas parties in the home. Oh, it was dead on. As long as you didn't let yourself think too much. I remember this one Christmas. There was a girl who lived there. She had a boyfriend older than her. She was what? 14. He was easily 25. And he'd pick her up around the corner and she'd come back with a new phone and jewellery and all. She went missing. Well, she was always going out and not coming back, but this was the longest time. You see, the staff can't stop you leaving, even if they want to. Steve even followed her in his car a few times. So, she came back. She was a mess. Makeup down her face, blood on her dress. She was screaming at the staff, not saying anything, just screaming. The police came and then she was gone. Her stuff was away and a new girl moved in. Like she never existed. I started drinking more, taking other drugs, and Rose would tell me off. She was so immature. No, she was innocent. You think taking drugs makes you a big man? You think it makes you look cool? You're an idiot. Seriously, what are you even thinking? You're throwing away your life. Are you stupid? Fuck up, Rose! It's my life and I don't need some weirdo to tell me what to do. She was worried about me. She shouldn't have said that. And she left in a huff with Sophia. I go back to the home at about 11:30 that night. Steve comes straight to me. I wait for him to tell me off. Were Sophia and Rose out with you? No. Have you seen them? No, what's going on? Did you see them earlier? Well, they're right at the back after dinner. Did they say anything to you about going anywhere? No, Adam, I really need you to tell me the truth. Honestly, she said nothing. What's going on? They went to the shop hours ago. They haven't come back. It happens. We've all done it at some point. Stay out longer than we should. But Rose and Sophia never did. It's 3 a.m. They still hadn't come back. The police were called. There was this one cop. He fucking hated us. He put me in for stuff before, just a real hateful bastard, you know. Well, he's bored of the whole thing. What ages are the two girls? Do you know what they were wearing? I smoked about 10 fags in a row. All these horrible thoughts go through your head. I mean, they were young. Rose was a slapper and Sophia was small but could kill you, but they were naive, you know. A taxi pulls up outside. Sophia and Rose walk in with the taxi driver. Where were you? Steve goes, Adam, go up to your room. I don't budge. just went for a walk. That was a long walk. The taxi driver looks at the cop. The two of them were standing freezing, drunk people all around them. They asked me to take them. I couldn't leave them. The cop shakes his head and turns to the taxi driver. Where did you pick them up? Just by the city hall. Were they with anyone? No, they were alone, but there were people going up to them and talking to them. Like I couldn't leave them. Listen, the cop says, you can't do that again. You don't know what they might say. What? I jump up, Steve says, Adam, go to your room. I say to the cop, what the fuck does that mean? What do you think they were going to say? And the cop says, young man, keep your voice down. I said, they needed a lift. They got one. Did they say anything? You're a cop and you're actually telling him not to help if that happens again. If they're stuck in town, on the road at this time of night, for him not to help two young girls. Then he gives me that look. And he says, young man, I'm warning you. All the times in my life, I've seen that look. Neighbours, foster parents, other kids, social workers, teachers, shopkeepers, police. I just lost it. My turn for a criminal record. Mum hears that I've been arrested, wants to see me. I haven't seen her in well over a year at this stage. I said no, I was done with her, I could look after myself. 6 months before my 18th birthday, another lack review. I had to move out of the home at 18. I'm no longer a child, and support stops. I'm excited. My own place, take total control of my life. I'm excited. 5 months ago, am I excited? 4 months ago, an organisation who offers support to care leavers visits me. 3 months ago, this organisation might help me go to college. 2 months ago. So wait, on my chest, I can't sleep, it'll be fine. 1 month, 1 week to go. What do you need? What bills will I have? How do you pay them? I'm panicking, thought, right, yes, smoke. Straight to Dom's, have a smoke with him. But he's in weird form. You okay, man? It's my ma's birthday today. Alright. You meeting her today? I hope not, mate. She's dead. See, he never mentioned his mum. We just didn't talk about that. Oh. When did she die? Just before I moved in here, dingbat. What about your dad? Never met him. Just me and her. So you're only here because your ma died? Well, was in kinship care there for a few weeks, living with one of my aunts, but didn't work out. My family are a bunch of dicks anyway. How'd she die? Cancer. She'd been 34 today. What age is your ma? 37? 38? 38, I think. She's an alcoholic. Terrible illness. Alcoholism. Dom sounded like a wise old man sometimes. You're lucky. Take it from me. It's fucking hard when they're not here. I had to get back in touch with her. Couldn't leave it the way I did. I mean, she was my mum, I loved her. No one would ever make me not. That was the line you never crossed in the home. I mean, you could slag people, but you never spoke about their parents. There were some there who hated their parents for good reason. Like some of those parents were not good people. And I meet young people whose foster parents were their parents, no question. See, being a parent isn't about being able to write your name on a form or give out pocket money or bring someone to school or being paid. It's love. It's unconditional love. No matter what love. So I asked to see Mum. I'm sober, 84 days, and I can't say I'm never going to drink again, Adam. I have to go one day at a time. I've been going to AA, been taking classes. I want to start over. I want us to start over. I can help you move into your new place. Oh, I bought a box with your things. I kept it for you. Well, I kept it for me. Actually, it's been emptied out and packed I don't know how many times. I've got one for Joseph as well. I thought you could maybe bring them to the new house. When she leaves, I take the box up to my room. Old books, crayon drawings, coloured squiggles, a blanket. You're a blankie? Mum says, like it's a thing. I can't remember. And there it was, at the bottom of the box, wedged on the side of the corner. The this wee car. And it's smaller than I remember. And the wheels are a bit stiff, but a couple of pushes back and it was back to normal. It reminds me of him, Joseph. He'll be 12 this year. It's mad to think of him being that age. Sorry, what was it? Oh yeah. So I moved out on my 18th birthday. You know, other people have parties. But you have to leave. There's no option. Rose came to the door that morning with a card, a balloon and a bag of tobacco. We just sat in silence for a bit, looking around the room. We didn't know what to say. I want to say I'm afraid. I want to say I'm not ready. What's the point? And the flat they found for me is okay. It's handy to town. It's small, like, but it's only me. And I went back to college. Actually, I went and dropped out, started again. Need to stick with it this time. It's hard. I'm starting with youth work. I'm debating social work, but I'm afraid to turn into an arsehole. I think I can make it better here for young people in Cork. No, I know I can. 'Cause I've lived it. Your life literally changed overnight. This red car is a reminder of that. Rose says it's childish and that I should throw it out, but it's me. It's home. It's knowing that no matter what shit life throws at you, you can come out the other end. I came out the other end. And you have to cherish those precious things because they can be taken away in an instant. You should let them play with it. So,